Yo, how's it going? Sorry I'm late. Yeah, I know. No. I was out getting food for my family. So, I didn't mean to let being a provider get in the way of, the vitalness of being a Dynasty Fantasy Football streamer. But we out here. I did have to do the work. So the data update for week 16 games is already up there. Links at the top of the chat, no matter what platform you're looking at. And yeah, go get yourself some 2020 data updated through week 16 so far. I'm going to be looking at it a little bit. Also, maybe starting some rookie. I don't know about that. I nearly said starting some rookie stuff, but instead I think I'm going to keep updating my NFL database. Ooh, anyone here? 15 of you. Hey, how you doing? This is a live look behind the scenes of analytics in Dynasty Football. This is it. This is the whole thing. It's such a ridiculous thing to be spending your Monday doing. All right. I've been going back and forward about how to update my NFL database, actually. I'm thinking this format I've been giving you all, this one throughout the 2020 season, it's all based on the way RotoViz formats its data. And it's really easy, comparatively easy to update this way as opposed to going through the Roto Screener, which is what my NFL database actually looks like. Let me see there. Projections, no fantasy data, no databases. There we go. Hey, Spaceman, how you doing? First comment of the day every time. Appreciate having a fan, All right, so before I look at any data that I just put out to you, this is what my database actually looks like. This goes all the way back to 2000, which is one of the problems. Updating it to the new method requires using the weekly app, which also means losing all data before 2009. Or integrating this data with the new one, and I don't know, it's like a 2-week long project. What have I got here? 109 columns, and like half my name ID database is in here, so I can update it easily. And the way I do it is I download these specific stats from the Roto Screener, if you've ever been on it, and then I line them all up and I import them using a specific ID column I created, which I can do again. And, it's got everything. The problem with it was I keep having to merge the airyards.com data with RotoViz data, and that's kind of a chore. And also, I have to do all this myself, basically. The new one, or the one I've been using for 2020, essentially what I do is I've got a tab for all these different sections. Get rid of those formulas, sorry. So this fantasy section, opportunity section, passing, expected points, rushing, receiving, which also has air yards in it. And then I just copy and paste the data in, and it looks it up for me, and then I save it, and I resave it, and I send it all to you guys. So it's a little simpler. The only problem with it is, one, there's a lot of work that goes behind creating a database specifically in Excel, like finding a way of matching up teams from past years whose names have changed. That's a bitch. That's one I already have sorted in the other database. This one I don't. And the other thing is I'd have to create a new independent ID column, and I couldn't do it the same way because the data comes from the weekly app without the things I use to create the ID. So I don't know. I keep going back and forward if I should bite the bullet and do it. I'm really waiting to find out if anyone really appreciates this format compared to the original one, which patrons have had, forever now. And I haven't heard really if anyone thinks it's worth the effort. Oh, nice. Yeah. Did it match up to the one I sent you? Because well, I've now got this. I'm just experimenting, so I've only put 3 years in mine. For example, I did go back and calculate opportunity share for every player going back to 2009, but I just did that stat, not the others. I still find James Robinson to have a normally good rookie year through that stat. Yeah, if we just do through the last 3 years, which is where I've got it. No, Korea. That's the one. He comes up second next to Saquon Barkley in opportunity share with 20.9. That seems a little broken. I might have to take a look at opportunity share. It might have become broken where I've updated the other stats. That seems low. Okay. Why do you have to find this stuff when you're live, Pete? Why can't you figure out there's a problem when you're not live? I don't know. Where am I? It's under RotoViz. There it is. The weekly app only goes back to 2009. That's part of the problem I'm having. Like, I don't know. I want to cut off my database at 2009. I mean, it's a good sample size, but I like having data going back all the way to 2000, you know? There it is. Hey, 5 people remaining. You're the true ones. I know. I've got to start opening up Twitch when I'm on here because lots of people, there's stuff on Twitch that I don't see on StreamYard. There it is. Also, because of some of the stats I calculate, you have to update the team tab. So I also have the team history going back, which is kind of why updating the team names becomes important. Okay, how am I counting this? I bet I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have it year dependent. Whoops, daisy. Okay, yeah. Okay, we can fix that. So, yeah. I've got to do it year dependent now. Forgot that. It's an if-then formula. Well, no, if-error formula. I guess, technically. Is it actually? It's a sum if. For all the Excel geeks out there, I guess. Lay it on top of another sum if and another sum if and then a simple division. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Whoops. We're getting rid of those. All right. All right. Calm down. With most fantasy stats and becomes actually essential in calculating most things. And you can add it to anything. It's awesome. If you're a nerd, that's what rates is awesome. Delete these two. You got to be careful with it, though. Logic test it, as you just saw things happen, because you're asking it to do so much order. Realize it's doing. How easy that was compared to. Okay, that's that done. Yeah, doing through the. I should just learn the code, man. That's the answer. This would be so much easier with a GitHub account. And, I gotta go update you all now. Yeah, there it is. Spaceman, yeah. I need to link up DLF names with something because I don't have that. And I really want to compile ADP data into some of my databases. I don't know if you've done that already, but yeah. That is a step we're going to have to take. I asked Addison, he's running DLF apps right now, and he doesn't have it either. No one's ever thought to do it. I'm updating that link I gave you all with the new one, with the corrected opportunity shares, shall we say. Yeah. Come over here so they can see what I'm doing, man. There you go. Yeah. See, I've got a DLF ADP database, but it's not linked up to anything else. Like, because I don't have DLF player verbiage linked up to any other IDs. There we go. All right, so once my computer finishes crashing here. Hello, 11 people. How you doing? That is a healthy damn stream number for me, just in case you're wondering. This is not a popular thing. Watching nerds grind dynasty statistics is less interesting than gameplay. I get it. Give me a second. Hey, Crossover. How you doing, bud? Jonathan Taylor and a first for AJ Dillon. You got Jonathan Taylor, right? Joke. Okay. I was going to say, dude. I mean, the Packers do hate Aaron Jones, don't get me wrong. Come on, dude. I'm doing good. Myself, not so bad, man. Healthy. I got a few days left of vacation before I have to go back to grinding one of my shittier jobs. And yeah. It's always a little sad seeing people delete their Patreons, donations, because there's just a list Patreon puts on the front page for you, like delete, delete, delete. But, you know, I tell people to do that. It's fine. I get it. We're coming out the season. Other than that, I'm killing it, man. Kind of excited to get back to the off-season grind. Yeah. I gotta buy a PC. I know. My little laptop processor can't keep up. Oh, come on. It didn't update. Oh, I'm going to have to do all that again because my version of it didn't save. Because Excel crashed. Okay. To the Excel sister with you. To the break of dawn. Okay, we'll do it this way. I'm here with Aaron Jones for when Aaron Jones moves on this year, but Williams resigns and splits the opportunities with Dylan 50. Yeah. Depend on a lot where Aaron Jones goes, but yeah, I've kind of had to be out on him for a while because now we all know he's good, so we want to value him that way, but the Packers don't. But this year, it's kind of paid off. I think it might be last year. I'm above consensus on him, though. Got Bunton. Aaron Jones is the best running back they've had, and this is what we've gotten. So, you know, I don't think there's a higher ceiling with A.J. Dillon. And, you know what Jamal Williams is. He's good. Yeah. There it is. There we go. Shrink. Enhance. All right. Where were we? Opportunity share? There we go. Create one. I think I did a podcast on this whole thing, and then I lose the data, of course. Yeah, James Robinson comes out second. Chubb, remarkably high. Well, actually. There they are. Accurate to the way I calculated opportunity shares for rookie running backs. I know we love to speculate on landing spot, and I mostly just avoid the conversation. You can just name a good team or a team that needs someone to take up, or a team that you think respects players when they're good, I guess. But here's the thing, we really don't know the special mystery sauce that goes into making up everything that needs to come together for a player to be good. So it's, I don't know, maybe the Jets would work as far as I know, and I would hate a player landing on the Jets. Clyde Edwards-Helaire over the last 3 years, what is that, like the 5th highest opportunity share since 2018 as a rookie? I'll show you what I've got there, actually, since I brought it up. I have a database, which, again, Patreons also have a link to, obviously, but it's only DLF relevant. In that I don't have it set up in a way that I can import stats from my NFL database or anywhere else. I did at one point, which is why I can do position finishes and stuff, but at the time I forgot to create an ID for it. So yeah, I can see where everyone was drafted since 2013 in August, at least. And I create charts like this with it, so we can test for value years and stuff. And this is how I was looking at the accuracy of ADP at different draft levels, which I wrote about this offseason as well. And how well we hit on rookies. But the thing is, I don't have it set up in a way that I can link it to RotoViz, or I can link it to airyards.com or anywhere, because it's just using the name format that DLF has. And you know the problems that can cause. I have all the data, but it's just then compiling it all together and then updating it for a new year. That's the only difficulty with this stuff. If everyone could just use the same ID, it would be great. All right. Just looking at 2020. Kenyon Drake didn't hit the top 12, did he? No, 14 and 24. Okay, yeah. Someone was saying he was basically a top 12 running back. I'm not sure about that. I bet again it, put it that way. Well, yeah. In the way all things are possible, sure. I don't think he is at all. Actually, I think he's fairly replacement level. Or as Crossover put it, no. I get the excitement, and this, I don't mean not to like a player. He's good. His team just screwed him by overdrafting him in a backfield full of better running backs, and the only way they got him opportunity was literally just by just starting him last week. And on the same field in the same go, Aaron Jones was a better investment. I get they gave him all the goal line rushes and he got touchdowns, but Aaron Jones was doing better per attempt. He was doing better for the team in tight situations. He was just better. Running back talent's really hard to define, though. It's all an opportunity, and if AJ Dillon, the team insists on doing it, yeah, he'll be relevant. He'll just never be as good at it as Aaron Jones is. I mean, I get new things are fun, but yup. Yeah. That's what that is. 0.53 yards per team attempt in the games that he's played. And I know running back is opportunity, so it's not like he could match Aaron Jones's numbers. So, I don't know. I've only got 3 years in here, so. The second year when Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are basically splitting opportunity, Aaron Jones is still over 1.2. It's just AJ Dillon's never done anything better than Aaron Jones. I mean, sure, he could be because we really don't know the answer to these things, but there's no reason to think that he's better than Aaron Jones in any way. like in any way. Draft capital isn't about talent, it's about opportunity, which is important for running back, but that's not because he's better than Aaron Jones. It's because the team hates Aaron Jones for some reason. That's how I see it anyway. But I'm wrong constantly, man. Don't think I'm telling you like fact truth. What the hell do I know? But I can line up any numbers that are useful and just point to Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones's number will be higher than AJ Dillon's number. What is the hit rate in running backs who touch the ball as few as AJ Dillon have in their rookie year? I think that's a fairly unfair way of looking at it, to be fair. Because running back's so much about opportunity. So you're more looking at their draft pedigree, which AJ Dillon has. What was he, second round or something crazy? And somewhat college profile, but college profile is mostly useful for drafting opportunity for running backs. And AJ Dillon's probably going to get it. Look, that's why the team rolled him out. He couldn't earn the role throughout the entire season. So week 16, they're just like, let's just try AJ Dillon. Let's just do it artificially. And he was fine on it. Like, he had a good game. Like, I'm not saying he didn't play well last week. That'd be this week. That'd be crazy. He did well. He's a good player. I'm not saying he's not. But he's also on a great team, and he was basically forced opportunity, which is all that matters at running back, which has been the strong problem with Aaron Jones. The team's inclination is to move touches away from Aaron Jones, not in the way they did that Miami did with Lamar Miller. Like, he can't earn it, but Aaron Jones kept earning it, doing well with it, and then they take it away. So the team doesn't want it. And that's important to remember with Aaron Jones. And they do want AJ Dillon. I think that's a fair point. If that's where you're at, Cy, I'm going to call you Cy because I don't think Cy Bex P is probably going to be the name you want to be referred to. Yeah, that's the thing. But the Packers are very much wanting it. There's no reason to want it. They just want it. They paid a lot for AJ Dillon. They're going to give him opportunity in that way. I'm not saying, just drop AJ Dillon or don't think it's going to happen. If the Packers clearly want it to be that way, because after a season of not being able to earn it over even Jamal Williams, they just kind of gave it him at the end. And he did fine with it because he's a decent player on a great team. So there's going to be lots of scoring opportunities and lots of valuable attempts. And that's all good in AJ Dillon's favor. But he's never done anything better than Aaron Jones for statistics or on-play performance. We can ask tape evaluators if you like, better than Aaron Jones. It's just this team doesn't like Aaron Jones. Doesn't like is a little, it's my triggering way of saying it, but that explains his usage better than any performance metric. And that's the thing, crossover. Again, the truth here is in the middle of you two. AJ Dillon is decent. The team wants it. That doesn't mean he's better than Aaron Jones, but we also have a hard time to quantifiably saying one player is better than the other, Like, there are ways that you can measure AJ Dillon against Saquon Barkley. No one's going for it because we know the statistics aren't good at describing performance for running back. Yards per carry is still a thing, and it's terrible. Like, it's the worst stat in the NFL. Anywhere, actually. Yeah, he had 5 COVID weeks. Again, the team wants it. Lots of players. When he's on the field, he wasn't able to push Aaron Jones out of the way. He is still decent, though, and the team wants it. That's the true line as far as I can tell. No, he didn't. No, he wasn't a better producer in college. I mean, we can pull it up, and if you look at raw statistics, which is, I'm guessing, what's on your mind, Aaron Jones was used in a more valuable, predictive, good way for the NFL. He was just later drafted, which is what had me on him higher than Jamal Williams, for that matter. He was more of a receiver. Where is it? And again, this is all just the way I look at it. It's the way I profile. It's by no means the gospel truth or whatever, but for whatever my opinion's worth, no, he wasn't. Let's see. Let's just pull him up. Okay, why? Okay, there's Aaron Jones. AJ Dillon's got to be close to the top. That's in his favor. All right. So let's see. I'm guessing raw statistics might have it in his favor. Well, no, not really. Just raw statistics. Aaron Jones had 71 receptions. AJ Dillon had 21. Again, Aaron Jones was more a receiver than most running backs in college. Raw touches, AJ Dillon touched the ball a lot more and got 100 less all-purpose yards. So actually, he was less efficient and had less yards. Yards per touch, Aaron Jones, again, yards per touch is kind of crap, but, we got to go with what we got. Aaron Jones was better, 6.5 compared to 5.3. I got to have a production stat in here somewhere that I like. Yeah, I got a production score for running backs, and that's position specific, and it weights the years at which they produced by how predictive those years are for predicting NFL statistics and predicting NFL success. So it's like it's R squared adjusted, essentially. Aaron Jones got a score of 3.1, which, and again, the average. Oh no, I don't have the average in here. We can look it up, but it's above average, whereas Dillon was 2.1. Now, the weird thing about my statistics is they're unadjusted. They're not put on a scale to make it between 0 and 100%. Because I mostly just do this shit for me and not to have a website or whatever. I'd adjust it to a single scale otherwise, and that would make more sense to you. But no, once you adjust what they did by what the ages they did it in college, Aaron Jones was significantly more productive than AJ Dillon. And even if you look at the raw statistics, which is usually where I get challenged on stuff like that, yeah, Aaron Jones had more yards with less touches. No, he wasn't. He wasn't more productive at all. I mean, Aaron Jones came from the Cursor Conference and AJ Dillon comes from the ACC, so you might want to run to a conference adjustment there. I just did a podcast not long ago on how shit they are, and also I just wrote it up for John McNamara's new book. I mean, it's fair to say that AJ Dillon was in a higher conference, facing tougher conference level, la. The problem is that doesn't help you for explaining how well they're going to do in the NFL very much. And so we don't have any fair way of adjusting between the two, between different conferences. So it's a little hard for me to say, but I would accept it. AJ Dillon played in a tougher conference, fine. But the counter to that is, even if we normalize this to conference level, Aaron Jones was a significantly larger part of the receiving game for college, which, again, NFL teams don't tend to draft you to do new things. So, yeah, what AJ Dillon had was draft capital, which matters a hell of a lot. And like you said, that's what the Packers think very clearly, and that matters a lot. It's important to remember I'm sidestepping who's better, unbetter. I mean, I have an opinion, but it really doesn't matter for our little thing, The team likes AJ Dillon. The team very clearly likes AJ Dillon. So, yeah. Yeah. And it's a little unfair to judge AJ Dillon for those 8 weeks because opportunity works differently for running back. It's not like he could push out ancillary running backs for extra touches. He either had to take on Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones has been really good, and so is Jamal Williams, or there was nothing for him to have. And again, this week when he was actually just given the opportunity, he did well with it. I think we should have a very strong AJ Dillon's a decent player, man. There's no reason not to. And again, to Sai's point here, the team likes him a lot. They wouldn't have drafted him in the second round. Actually, this team might have, but if they didn't want it to happen, at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to the Hall of Fame conversation, or that level of conversation, I have a strong argument for Aaron Jones has been better at every level. But that really doesn't matter for our thing. It's fine to like AJ Dillon. The team likes him. He's done decent when he has gotten opportunities, even in the NFL. It's fine. It's fine. Aaron Jones was a better prospect. AJ Dillon had a higher hit rate because he was drafted again in the second round. Aaron Jones is the best running back prospect they've had on their roster ever. Well, not ever. I can't say forever. I've only been playing Dynasty for, I don't know, 6-7 years. But he was a better prospect than Eddie Lacy. It's just that Eddie Lacy had draft capital, you know? A lot more draft capital than either of these guys. But yeah, Aaron Jones was a better prospect by what he did in college. But I don't adjust for conference very strongly, which is where that argument would get a little more technical, so we don't have to fuss with it. Yeah. And crossover, the reason I keep mentioning this is because I have done this with Aaron Jones, strongly argued for Aaron Jones and let that blind me to the fact that some of this doesn't matter and some of it we actually don't know. I don't know really if Aaron Jones is significantly more talented than AJ Dillon. I don't. I think, but I don't know for sure. I don't have a number that proves or whatever. But I do think he's done better on his opportunities at the levels they've both played at. AJ Dillon played at a higher level. That's fair to say. So don't let the fact that we love Aaron Jones and he's very good and the Packers seem to hate them blind you to or make you not like AJ Dillon. That's something I'm trying to weed out my process. You know, just because I like this player doesn't mean I have to not like that player. AJ Dillon's fine. I think his ceiling's Aaron Jones, and I don't think he'll get there. But again, to Sai's point, the team wants it. An opportunity is basically the elixir that cures all at the running back position. So just don't hate AJ Dillon for the Packers' faults. You know what I mean? And Sai, I would say the same thing to you, man. You like AJ Dillon. I'm getting the opinion. And that's fine. Like I said, he's been like last week was a really good week. Any other player doing those numbers would be like, see, he's breaking out. And I think most people are going to say that. It's just that we also, me and Crossover apparently, I'm guessing, like Aaron Jones a lot. That doesn't mean AJ Dillon hasn't done well. So again, because you like AJ Dillon, don't let it make you not like Aaron Jones. We rarely get players like how rare are good players in the NFL. For our thing, they're actually fairly rare. So it's okay just to know, well, both can be pretty good for us. Aaron Jones is further into his career. Probably going to expect a team change. Probably, I guess, though I don't know those things. And you like AJ Dillon, and so does the team, so that goes in your favor. I just don't see. I do think you have to be effectively good, even if we can't measure it well, like supremely good. And Aaron Jones, he's got that, you know. I'm not sure about AJ Dillon yet. And here we're talking like a top 5 season. Can AJ Dillon get there? I mean, he can. He's going to get opportunity. You assume the team likes him. And he is definitely, at least I can say he's definitely decent. I'm probably taking other bets at his cost. That's the politically correct way, I guess, of saying it. I'd probably take another option at what is probably going to be his draft cost, but I don't know what that is yet, you know? It's difficult to know. But yeah, I am starting to wonder when like we have so many players being so productive. It's hard not to think, would that be the same in a non-COVID year? I don't know. We don't have a lot to compare it to. And yeah, let's all remember that running backs don't matter except for winning. You really need running backs to win. So if you're right on AJ Dillon and you pay that price and he becomes a top 5 running back, you win. So I can understand taking that bet. Yeah, definitely. Don't get me wrong on that. And it's the same with Aaron Jones, though, because that's the nature of the position in fantasy. Yep. I'm not even thinking about those guys, though. I mean the number of rookies we've got this year just blasting into historical numbers in terms of rookie production. Now, obviously, what we want that to be is just a phenomenal rookie season, right? Phenomenal rookie class. These guys are it. And I think that's true. But that's where the COVID thing worries me. Maybe they're this productive because COVID somehow, in which case we can't really compare them. Like T. Higgins and Justin Jefferson are having two of the best rookie seasons in terms of production for fantasy to ever happen. Really? Two of the best ever in this year where we've got this weird asterisk on everything. And then you've got, the other wide receivers and running backs in this class also all having very good rookie seasons, not historic level like those two, but like really good rookie seasons. Like is the weird injury bug, shall we call it, 20? Is that not affecting it at all? Is it affecting it a little bit? Mostly, I just have to ignore it. But I know I'm scared, man. Normally, good rookie seasons are things to celebrate for sure. And this year, I'm like, man, it's got all such a nasty aftertaste. I mean, I'm not gonna change my opinions on players because of it, but don't you find it like sticks in the back of your mind a little bit? Like, yeah, he did the best ever, but in 2020, I don't know. I wish I had more data in here now, and I don't. But did I save it? Do I have rookie data going back further here? Because I did it for the podcast, so it should all be in here somewhere. None of these are named. Some of first 3 years? What was that? No. I don't know. It doesn't look like I can find it. Yeah, that's kind of the fear, right? Because normally, especially with Dynasty, we're like, all in. Good rookie season. Let's go buy these guys. I don't think so. Like I want T. Higgins and I want Justin Jefferson just as much as the next guy. Luckily, I was fortunate enough to get a lot of them on my team, so I don't have to. Like I'm already pretty exposed. So yeah, I got my exposure already. But Brandon Ayuk, I don't have a lot of him, and he's having a good rookie season. Shouldn't I add some? Yeah, probably. Probably. I've got a lot of. I've got Clyde Edwards-Helaire at least. I mean, I haven't checked in a while. Gonna go look at my rookie exposure here for a second. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's within a range. Like Jefferson isn't. Yeah, I don't think we. Yeah, we shouldn't have to fear a drop off that badly. And I remember lots of players struggle in their sophomore season after a good rookie season, and Justin Jefferson might not be the best wide receiver in this class. It could be still Jalen Reagor. It could still be T. Higgins. It could it's just the most positive. It doesn't mean the highest dynasty upside, right? Like right now, I'm not sure that. I got a trade I received. Nice. Mike Evans looks like the best player right now that you could have got from the 2014 class, right? But it's gone back and forth between OBJ, Jarvis Landry. Adam Thielen was actually an undrafted free agent in that year. There was a whole host of them. And it goes up and down. And we should expect that with this class too. Like just put them in a tier of yes, please, and get exposure where you can at value. Like that's unfortunately my boring way of looking at it. Rookie shares. Let's see. I got a lot of Darrington Evans, apparently. Yeah, I got J.K. Dobbins on 2 teams, Justin Jefferson on 2 teams, and I've only got 5 leagues these days. I'm thinking I might add one, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire only on 1 team. I think I traded him somewhere. I traded my Cam Akers share already. Oh, I've only got one T. Higgins. I must have traded him somewhere. I've got one AJ Dillon, actually. Hey, go me. I got 2 Justin Jefferson. That's cool. As many Justin Jeffersons as there has Denzel Mims, which, suboptimal at this point. I might be able to add some more Jalen Rager by the look of my exposure. Like, he didn't fall to me, and I wasn't paying extra just because the class was so thick. I imagine that's what's happened. So I should probably go out and target Jalen Rager more than anyone. In terms of wide receivers, anyway. I got some Darnell Mooney shares to sell. LaVisca Chenault. Claypool, I've got somewhere. Hang on, here you go. Rookie shares. This is just using Sticky Board. Also, what's the other one that's really good for it? Like Galaxy World or World Galaxy, Dynasty Galaxy? It's a really good site because you can actually filter a little better. Dynasty Planet, that's the other one. If you don't use a Sticky Board or Dynasty Planet, use them. They're really useful for looking over who you've got in your leagues, where they are. I don't run them. I'm this is not an ad. They're free, and it's a really easy way to see everything in your league. So Dynasty Planet and also Sticky Board. I recommend donating to both the guys running it out the goodness that they are hard. Sticky Board's run by Adam TZ on Twitter. He's pretty cool for doing it because it just automatically, you just sync up your user account and it goes and looks for it. I don't know who runs Dynasty Planet, but I know you can just sign up for free. And again, it tracks all your leagues. It's really useful. Love free content, man. And this isn't even content. This is just, okay. Oh, I got to log in again. Gotta love apps just built by guys, just built by people, putting them out. Because they've always got weird little bugs. But anyway, yeah, and like you can see your leagues, you can set your lineups from here and see which ones haven't been set up. But also it breaks down your ownership percentages and which rookies you've got, top 100 player exposure. It's pretty neat. And Dynasty Planet's similar thing. I should have an account here. I like Dynasty Planet a little bit. I'm just used to using Sticky Board, but with Dynasty Planet, you can filter a little better. So, all those mocks that you did, or for me, the eliminators that I was in because people wanted to clap my ass for charity, or even Scott Fishbowl, you can just take them out so they're not affecting everything else. So you can see your actual exposures and stuff. You can even filter for position. Or draft year. Look at that. So you can just see your rookies. There you go. So yeah, Dynasty Planet's got a few little neat features. That's why I like to use both. But yeah, sorry. I don't know why I was doing an unprompted ad there. Unsponsored ad, by the way. Because they're useful and people should know about them. Here we go. Just in case, I'm putting these 2 links in the chat, and be sure to check out the people running them and doing them at the goodness of their own heart. Follow them, donate if you're able to. There's precious few great apps for free on the internet, and these 2 are great. I missed something. Peter Goat, I appreciate you, man. One Thought Fantasy, thanks, dude. Feels weird to say this, but Ayuk is having a better year than Higgins. Yeah, he kind of is, right? I mean, that's not how I'm going to measure a rookie season, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I think Higgins is having a better season, to be clear, but you can say that. Like rookie wide receivers, what was he doing that was higher? Was it points per game overall? I forget. Yeah, like Ayuk is getting 14 expected points per game. I think we should adjust for ADOT when it comes down to things like that, which would actually come in Brandon Ayuk's favor since he has, a significantly low ADOT. He's a little less efficient with it. But yeah. Points per game higher too. Yeah. 15 points per game versus 13. So yeah. He's just done it through a smaller sample of games, and it's in San Francisco, and I think that should carry a discount. Sorry, I do. Less opportunities, larger target share on a lower volume team. Anyone that crosses this 1 yards per team attempt, I think, is significant. And Higgins, yeah, let's just draft him in there. CD Lamb as well. Jefferson and Ayuk are the ones on that list. Really good list to be on, man. In fact, expected points, I just found out that he's beaten Jefferson right now. So let's do it by points per game, because I'm not having that. But thanks, Spaceman. Thanks for pointing that out. I'm going to grab all the Ayuk and redraft next year. I'm wondering what his ADP will be. If it doesn't shoot up dramatically, yeah, we probably have to. But I just did that whole podcast on what I think of Deebo Samuel, and I'm hoping Ayuk shoots up, creating value for Samuel, you know? Oh, man, I cracked my phone a new way. I didn't even know that. There's a whole new crack. God, I suck. All right. What did AJ Dillon do in the receiving game? Because Jamal Williams wasn't much of a receiver in college either, but they sure fed him in the receiving game. Let's just look at his usage week 16. Yeah, okay, 4%. He got like 1 target. I don't want to be biased, but it's hard to go top 12 with Dillon, you know? He would have to co-opt some of that target share as well. And in a game where he's given 21 attempts, again, kind of does less with it than Aaron Jones did with his 13 opportunities, but got the touchdowns, to be fair. Yeah, I got this nasty feeling in the not being an AJ Dillon buyer. Maybe I'm wrong. I was looking at in-game stats, like I was watching the game. Did AJ Dillon finally pull it back to being more efficient last week? Pretty sure not, but yeah, well, like Aaron Jones was getting 10 yards per carry, basically. But I mean, 5.9. I mean, again, it's not like AJ Dillon wasn't impressive or good. Perhaps good is a better word. Late 5th, early 6th. Yeah, I think a lot of the rookies are going to fall into that category, though. Do I take Ayuk over Rager, or who Ayuk has done a lot better? And to be fair, that's college bias on my part, but I will fall to it. How about Higgins? Higgins is like a 4th, 5th round pick now, right? So do I like Ayuk more than Higgins or Jefferson? No. He would have to be a round or 2 below him, I'd imagine, for me to take him. And then he's going to fall into, you're going to be taking him over older players because it's Dynasty. And I take other shots and I'll get my older players later sometimes, Where's ADP? Dynasty ADP. Come here, DLF. Help us out. I only listened to the first 5 minutes. Appreciate that. But looking forward to finishing. I don't know what we're talking about at this point. Was that sexual? I don't know. I see AJ Dillon's usage being very similar to Kenyon Drake. Yeah, that's fair. But Kenyon Drake, we thought it was going to be the opposite way. He's going to be more of a receiver than a rusher. But yeah, the thing with Kenyon Drake's someone that profiles as a running back who's always going to have a significant percentage of his usage sucked up, created by whoever else. This year it's Chase Edmonds, who we also kind of liked as a rookie profile. And that's what's happening to him. AJ Dillon, I think he could be the main opportunity share leader in a backfield. Like David Montgomery can do it. Josh Jacobs can do it. I think he's of that ilk, though, and I don't see a Derrick Henry ceiling, which is how those kind of guys hit that level. But, I mean, again, it's not like I can say hasn't been decent when he's gotten opportunities, and he's on a good team for it. Like Aaron Rodgers not dead anymore, stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, Ayuk is, apparently this app from Adam Hayes on Twitter on DLF. This is a rookie ADP according to DLF in December. I'm not sure they've done those drafts yet, but okay. Ayuk is coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 below Claypool, Judy. I'll probably take Ayuk over Claypool. Judy's a tougher one, but yeah, I mean, this has been a really good rookie season for him. Can we see some change in the San Francisco team organization? That would actually make me feel more comfortable. But yeah, I think he's a little undervalued there. But then when you go look what that means, who'd you have to take him over? Taking him in the 5th round. You take him ahead of Rager, Chalk. I'm fine with taking him ahead of Woods. If this is single quarterback, this is fine. But you're also taking him over Ronald Jones. That's fine. You're taking him over Cortland Sutton. Like, I think that's a shot I take. Like, I'll take someone else here in the 5th round and hope to get Cortland Sutton on the comeback. And those are just two very specific names, but there's going to be other players like Sutton, like, frankly, Samuel. You've got Adam Thielen down here. I'm going to be on that team. Odell Beckham, Will Fuller. Like, I prefer to having another shot at running back up here and then taking one of these wide receivers, just as, typical draft theory or how I typically play out my drafts. I'm going to avoid the young guy. That's an appropriate rank. Like, again, he seems to be a little undervalued. Okay. Apparently Deebo Samuel's going in the 4th round. This ADP is going to change. Yeah, don't form your opinions yet. This ADP is going to change a lot by the time it comes to startup season. I mean, Corey Davis is down here. I'm fading those guys, Corey Davis, and taking more running backs up here. Or tight ends or whatever. Probably running backs. I go wide receiver heavy, and then I switch over to running back hard. And then I come back to wide receiver and slip in a tight end somewhere. That's my typical draft. Depending on draft slot. Yeah, I don't think ADP is helping. Like, I would wait a month or two and then check on the values and then see how much you want to buy Ayuk in startups. I mean, trades are a kind of different thing, but my Debo podcast, you listen to 5 minutes of it and you're looking forward to finishing it later. I hope it's good. It felt like one of the better ones. I stayed on a single subject for a 30-minute podcast, which is kind of synopsis of the Dynasty Crossroads, yet sometimes I end up walking over too many subjects because I get to talking. But and no, I feel like it was good. Self-deprecation in there, obviously, occasional joke. I hate how much of my analysis often comes down to, look, I like all these players that you like, as if I can't say I don't like someone anymore, because, I don't know, I seem to reach a point, I don't know, in audience space or whatever, where I can't just hate on a player, because some people will translate that to not good. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying AJ Dillon is not necessarily good. I'm just saying I hate ADPs, is the old saying, you know? Who hate the player, hate the ADP. And so I've learned to be a little more caged around who I like and don't like. I mean, DJ Tark, I'll tell you, I actively dislike, not as a person. I just don't think he's ever going to really be what we're paying for. And that seems to be consistent. So, yeah, I'm kind of always out on DJ Chark. I'm always out on Kenyon Drake. I'm always out on Ronald Jones. I just, no. But I won't do that with players. I just can't do that with everyone anymore, I guess. Kind of upsetting. Are we just done with Devontae Parker now, by the way? He's ranked 80th in this ADP, which we know is going to change, so it's probably going to be pushed down again. I mean, right now, back to Size Point, if he's still around, probably not. AJ Dillon's going 115th overall, running back 38 in like the double-digit rounds. Like, yeah, I don't mind investing in a running back with significant running ability on a team that clearly wants to feature him. In my mind, they clearly want to feature him. I have to see how that works out because Green Bay's fooled us before, but that's what I think they want, and he so far seems capable, at least. Like that's a good pick. That's fine. Whereas Aaron Jones, you have to take all that hate that the Packers have for him and his age and a possible team change, hopefully going in his favor, I guess, and take him in the second round. It's just, I love Aaron Jones, don't get me wrong. But you got Terry McLaurin sitting right here. Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Harder for me to do that in Dynasty, but I know people build teams differently, so, you know, you could fade that, take Aaron Jones and get T. Higgins afterwards. That's not a terrible build either. Even Chris Godwin's now, wow, a little underrated. That's, wow. Chris Godwin and Juju Smith-Schuster, man. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. Okay, yeah, it's okay to take running backs early now, apparently. This ADP is going to change so much. Cortland Sutton's wide receiver 33. Okay, dudes. How does Zach put it? We struggle with object permanence, impermanence. I like this new DLF app, by the way they're doing ranks, so you can see what the quarterback 1, 2, 3, you can see their position rank. I just wish it was, you know, from a personal point of view, I wish you could see the rankers' positional ranks, because that would make some of my job easier. And I don't like ranks, but I like to try and do a good job if I'm doing them, you know? Rankings. I like the Team Old Guys podcast. I'm hoping to acquire some Julio shares. And yeah, they come with risk. And also, the thing about Team Old Guys, you've got to remember you're going for points. So pay down because you're not getting long-term value. I love Julio. I love his value right now. But if you get him on your team, you're waving bye to that value. You need to get the points because there's no sell-on value. You know, his value will tank eventually next year, the year after, and there's never a way of recouping it because it's Dynasty. That's the only problem with it. You have to get that plus to ensure you don't lose too much Dynasty value just in case Julio gets injured, just in case this is the end for Julio. make sure you get that dynasty liquid value out on the end of it. And that's the way I explore them anyway. I mean, either way has risks. I just like playing down for proven good players and getting some extra kicker. Oh yeah, here's the ranks. Because you can select the rankers, which is always true, but you can still see the positional ranks by the average, and that's kind of useful. I think I'm the latest update on these, by the way. Someone just, I got an email from DLF pointing out I was only ranking 200 players, and I'm now meant to rank 250, so yeah, whoops. But yeah, like I've got Michael Thomas as a wide receiver 2, and he's consensus wide receiver 3. So you can see a consensus wide receiver in this little column here, and here's my positional rank. I just wish I wish you saw my positional rank too, so I could compare them without having to 1, 2, 3 it, right? But it's come a long ass way. I really like this new way they're doing it. Like, where do I have some? Nope. He's wide receiver 22 in Superflex rankings. That's kind of weird compared to ADP. We're smarter, I guess, than ADP, we think. Where are my comments? I have him as wide receiver 21, so slightly above consensus. He's 30. What did we say? 33 by ADP right now? And I expect that to stay the same or get lower when this updates. Wow. That could be a good value this year. Or Jerry Jeudy is going to own us Cortland Sutton truthers. I mean, if you like Jerry Jeudy, that's the way you should go with it. I don't not like Jerry Jeudy. I just... Decent point. I should have a firmer opinion on Jerry Jeudy at this point. Oh man, I'm going to rank 50 extra players, which is going to mean updating all my ranks. That's a chore. Crossover. Yeah, I think the community has accepted that Parker is who he thought he was pre-2019. See, I don't know about that. Parker's on a really weird, unusual list, and this year was really weird, unusual, and he was injured. I mean, if you like Corey Davis, and I do, I really like Corey Davis. Anyway, I kind of have to have a little more hope for Devontae Parker. You know what I mean? Like he's the other one on the list. You think that wow. Maybe. They've held out for him this long, you know? I don't know. Don't know about them. And again, I don't know anything about these rookies yet. Yeah, he did, but you know, whatever. AJ Dillon. Sorry, AJ Brown. God damn. Yeah, it was an AJ Brown week, I guess. It was right. A little uncalled for. I don't know. I have to go watch that game. Like, was he getting some sort of coverage which was causing him fits? Or oh look, yeah. Here's all my empty ranks. Ah. Now I have to re-rank everyone. Corey Davis. As I measure, I think he's in. Points per game rank of 26. Oh, that's positional points per game. Position rank overall, so just raw PPR points, he was 32, which is kind of rough. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, that's 2020. Just rough, man. Come on. I don't care. I like Corey Davis. Corey Davis for it all, baby. Although it does keep up the trend of, them not breaking into the top 24. I guess I should be grateful. I wonder how different the points per game is for positional ranks this year. I hate this. This is the input method for ranks on DLF. Like, I really wish I could just rank them and upload a spreadsheet, because this drag and drop thing drives me nuts. I have to, it's just not the way I think. I have to organize them all by position, and then I have to rank. And if you don't save regularly, it just forgets everything that you've done. And then you lose it all. And I hate it. I can't imagine how difficult these things are to build, by the way. So I'm not complaining. Well, I'm complaining, but I'm trying to not give them a hard time about it. But it's just so laborsome. Rank an extra 50 players. Still for no compensation, by the way. Yeah. Can't complain. I'm playing Dynasty for fun. Alexander was on him. Isn't he one of the highest rated cornerbacks in the league right now? Weird that they felt like Corey Davis should have the #1 coverage. There's a tired narrative for you, but I like it because it supports what I think. Gonna need another tier. Dave, do you do ranks for DLF? I don't know if you've got a method of using this damn input thing that's better than mine. Like, I'm not even gonna finish doing this on stream. Like, I've made them inactive. I'm gonna be sitting here for hours just moving players around before I can even start ranking. Dave is Spaceman, for anyone who doesn't know. These QBs. Brooklyn. Can we just do positional ranks? I really kind of enjoy positional ranks, startup ranks, and it's like you have to try and incorporate draft theory inside Like, there's a lot of meta shit going on there. Inside value theory, inside. I mean, well, if everyone was drafting exactly the same as me, which is basically what ranks are, like you have every draft spot and you're drafting 101 to 1.12 or 112 if you're a human being, then it looks like no other draft I've ever been in. I don't know how helpful that is. Like positional ranks, on the other hand, you can just take those and apply whatever theory you want to on them based on the way your draft's going, you know? Am I just asking for less work? Yes, I am. Hey, buddy. Give me a second here. King is a second CB and he's a bigger bodied, so I think that's why he was on Brown. I think it's because Corey Davis is better. Clearly. I don't, but it's similar to the other places I've ranked at, so I would just do it in my spreadsheet, then drag and drop. Yeah, I tried that once, but it just seems like doing extra work. If you set it all up nice and neatly in a spreadsheet. Well, I suppose it would work because you have to still drag and drop. If I could clear these, like just clear all ranks, and then type in the names as I went, yeah, that'd be less work. But you can't clear them. So if they're already on the list, you can't type their name in. It is, to say the least, frustrating. How many quarterbacks are there at this point? Come on now. Jameis Winston? Who even is Jameis Winston? Do I really need to rank him? Yes. The answer is yes. Can we just put Ryan Fitzpatrick in at like 101? Move on from there. The closer, the finisher. Wow. Stidman's still getting ranked, huh? I don't think I'm going to rank him, but. There he is. I so far have 38 quarterbacks to rank. 39. Superflex ranks. So fun. Come on, man. I swear, once I get this organized, we can start ranking players together. Wouldn't that be fun? Save. Tyrod Taylor, blast from the past. Four viewers left, or as I like to call them, the best. The best people. All right. That's all the quarterbacks. All right. Quick poll. Who's a Dynasty QB1? Yeah, Hinton makes it, man. There's only so many, you know. I think, honestly, adjusted for preparation, practice, levels of experience, so on, Hinton probably ranks at the top. I mean, that was no different than just basically picking up an athlete from anywhere and throwing him in at QB. And the fact he didn't die and even completed a pass at the highest level, Hinton deserves respect. Yeah, I agree, Spaceman. It's Mahomes. All right, more complicated question. Where does Lamar Jackson rank? I've got Dak Prescott at number 2 right now, by the way. Thoughts? Fourth? Yeah, it's difficult just to pick a number out of a hat, I guess. Third, fourth? Yeah. He was coming up at 2 as average there. I think Dak Prescott's second. I think third's fair. I'm trying to think who I'd have above him. I mean, do we just ratchet up the hype on Justin Herbert? Or no? I don't know what happened there. Sorry. I think I was using quick keys, and apparently one of them's attached in StreamYard. I never knew. There you go. Anyone still in here? All right. That was fun. You have him behind Watson. Yeah, I think people are going to forget that Watson's good, honestly. I think he proved that pretty well this year. Herbert or Murray for you guys? We're going to get to the Josh Allen question real quick, and I'm not ready for it, just to let you know. Yeah, Russell Wilson third for me, I think. Murray. QB7 is low for Murray. Yeah. I think I was one of the first to have him in my top 5. I think he's going to fall out of it. It was justified, but people remember the end of the season really well. You can't put Murray ahead of Herbert, right? I don't want to put them both ahead of Jackson. Deshaun Watson? Russell Wilson, which is where I think everyone's going to go because he's old, and I don't care that he's old. Really, you would put Murray ahead of Herbert? I don't hate it. You think that's where the value's a weak argument? I was gonna make a weak argument, and I stopped myself. You see, you can stop yourself making weak arguments. Murray is QB2. I love you, crossover. I really do. Murray over Herbert isn't terrible. I know. I feel like that's going to trigger some people this offseason. I kind of like it. Let's do it. Let's keep Kyler Murray in the top 5. Stay consistent. Herbert over Jackson, then? Ugh. That moves Jackson down to QB. What is this? QB7? I hate that. Man. Drew Lock really has an artificially high ADP. Let's bring you down here, buddy. You and Daniel Jones can just hang out together in some lower tier. It's fine. You'll be fine. Right next to Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm going to put you all behind Gardner Minshew because I like mustaches. That's the way that works. I think Herbert is 7, is right where he should be. We all remember the Mayfield is QB1 arguments. I don't think Mayfield ever proved himself like Herbert has yet. I think there's still upside in Mayfield. I'm not disagreeing with you guys, by the way. You can have him rank wherever you want. I'm not a quarterback evaluator. I got to rank him. I'm not trying to counter you. Perhaps that's the best way of saying it. Just my 2 cents. Hurts and Tua. I wish I could just import my damn spreadsheet, okay? This is ridiculous. Mahomes has had a really weird season. I can't quite explain how it's weird because I'm not a quarterback guy. He's had a really weird season. Like he's still good, but it's not been good. But it's been good. You know what I mean? Not I mean. Wow, I might be low on Joe Burrow. I was thinking Joe Burrow was going to fit the Mayfield conversation better, but I don't know about that. 10 games, fourth in expected points. Okay. I can correct myself. I can change my opinion. Oh, no, I had him 9. That's fine. Yeah. It's tough to type out QB thoughts. Yeah. All right. I think I'm putting Tua and Hurts right next to each other and just YOLOing that stuff. I don't like Mayfield more than Goff these days. We know what Goff's going to do. Mayfield, I still think there's a little bit of upside there. Well, we know. Yeah, never. So there's certain players you just don't rank under certain other players, you know? Drew Brees is 41. Time to move him up. I don't care. Winston Donald, man. This is just painful. I just. I don't know. Who would rank quarterbacks? I mean, let's exercise. 324, 25. Yep, I like Minshew more than Locke. That's just facts right there. I mean, and he's done. YOLO that stuff right there, too. I'm putting Fitzpatrick ahead of starting quarterbacks. I'm just, yeah, that's the thing that's happening right now. I mean, Yes, Jordan Love has to be above some players. Put him in that Jalapeno category. Not intentionally trying to ignore you, by the way. There we go. All right. Well, that's some sort of ranking. I hope Trubisky fantasy owners are selling while they can. Yeah, me too. I just ranked him as quarterback 38 under Andy Dalton. Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota I've got more hopeful, apparently. All right, tiers. Let's see. Mahomes, Prescott, and Wilson have got to be a tier. Watson, Murray, and Herbert. Yeah, we'll call that a second tier. Tough road. And Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow, I guess. I really kind of want to push Joe Burrow up. I'll leave it there for now. Until someone tells me I'm triggered. I'm setting up my tiers. I'm going to import running backs and wide receivers after I rank them. So, do know what you have done, I know what you have planned. Oh, okay. That's that. All right. Current quarterback ranks only, if you will. Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson are 1, 2, 3 in a separate tier 1. Tier 2 is Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, and Lamar Jackson. But I'm really thinking of putting Joe Burrow in that category. Then it's Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. This little value tier right here. Tua, Jalen Hurts, Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Derek Carr, and Kirk Cousins. There you go. Top 18 quarterbacks. It's really weird how a tier can make you reorganize things. Haskin ranks too high. He's not even on a roster. Okay. Well, I have him ranked as quarterback 32. And he's not a starter, but I mean, the only other starter below him is Phillip Rivers. And if you think Phillip Rivers has more dynasty value or any dynasty value, even in a super flex, I'm not sure about that. I think people will pay as much for the upside that Haskins finds a starting job next year as the idea that Rivers will keep playing. And because he's a rusher and less anti-proven, I guess, and Mariota and Winston. Yep. I guess Trubisky's also, or Foles or whichever, technically is a starter as well. Okay, guys. I love Alvin Kamara too, but Saquon Barkley's higher. Let's just have that argument out right now. Pretty confident in that. There we go. All right, where are I? Let's pull up all the running backs, shall we? And that's just insulting to James Robinson at this point. I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, James Robinson and Antonio Gibson. What's the difference, really? Come on, man. Basically, you were starting both of them. You're getting the same thing. It's the same thing. What's your problem? Sorry, I'm just talking to, inanimate ranks. That Joe Burrow rank is bugging me. It's still in my head. No. There we go. More running backs, please. I mean, do we still rank Todd Gurley? Is that a thing we have to do? Basically dead now, right? David Johnson. how low they value Saquon Barkley, especially since he was like involved some of the highest value trades I've ever seen in Dynasty, and now it's like, nah. Top 4 RB in every format. It's just who's Todd Gurley, right? I mean, so many of these running backs that I'm pulling up to rank now, they're going to be pushed down by rookies. We're already past the will disappear. Oh, what the disrespect on Myles Gaskin's name right here. Get woke. Seriously. Very upset. Philip Lindsay is so going to be picked up off the waiver by some team with Saquon Barkley like talent. He's just going to sit. He's going to be Dion Lewis for sure. Just forgotten about, so everyone can forget that, teams sometimes don't even draft good players. Teams want to remember that so little. Oop, better save it. Myles Gaskin is what Le'Veon Bell owners thought Le'Veon will be on the Jets. Fair. Now ranked behind Leonard Fournette, by the way, according to consensus. We'll fix that, don't worry. My ranks will speak the truth. Man, we just can't wait for James White to not be a thing, huh? Mark Ingram, who? Man, Naheem Hines. He seriously nearly cost Jonathan Taylor his job, but yeah. Draft snobbery everywhere. I mean, you still rank Sony Michel down here, but Naheem Hines is probably dead, right? Come on. Come on, guys. Oh, here's AJ Dillon. We'll push him up for fairness, for sure. First time in a while I went to this much effort to do a first set of ranks so I can mess them up later. It's so labor intensive. Look at me dragging and dropping names just so I can start ranking. Hey, Tyreek Cohen, remember him? Right under Duke Johnson. Oh, good Lord. Matt Breida. He really upset me this year. I already thought he'd be the guy. But, happy to see Myles Gaskin rise. Did not see that guy coming. And yet still managed to pick him off of every waiver wire. So, Hey, Keyshawn Vaughn's alive again now, right? His name's allowed to be uttered once more. I'm not even going to mention this. We're just not talking about this. Moving on. Physical pain. Should get easier after I get running back sorted. I mean, there's less tight ends. There's got to be less tight ends, right? Fewer tight ends. I mean, when I got to rank Boston Scott, apparently. Can we just have placeholders? Second round running back A kind of thing. Unexpectedly high drafted running back B. Hey, Sean Howard, how you doing? I hope you're having a nice day, sir. If you're just tuning in to Dynasty Analytics streaming, I'm sorting players into positions. I have to rank an extra 50 players, so I'm just starting from the beginning. So I'm sorting my position and drafting them into tiers, and then merging those positional tiers together into a startup kind of order. Okay, Lynn Bowden, yeah, we're just going to artificially push you up for no good reason. Especially since we haven't ranked yet. Hey, Mark Davis. How you doing? This is because, probably rightly, DLF puts all its effort into presenting nice, usable, easy, user interface friendly apps for the subscribers, and the back end is a torturous nightmare of laborsome effort. Make the content providers struggle, not the subscribers, you know? I actually agree with that. That was not shade. I know everything I say sounds sarcastic, but it wasn't. Justice Hill, come up here. Up. It's like trying to herd cats. Hey, do we really want to live in a world where you don't have to rank J.D. McKissick for the 2021 season? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, did? Oh, neat. Ty Johnson. I actually still kind of like Ty Johnson. Oh, okay. Any more running backs I missed? No. All right. So my top 3 running backs are already set, by the way. It's Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and Alvin Kamara in that order. Let's try the next tier, shall we? Dalvin Cook, Sanders, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, according to average. No. All right, we're moving Chubb up. Right next to Cook. Jonathan Taylor above Sanders. Clyde Edwards-Helaire above Sanders. Better team. Swift up, I guess, because he's a consensus 1 right now, weirdly. J.K. Dobbins, yeah. Derrick Henry, I mean, the disrespect over here. And that's coming from a receiving-centric analyst. Just deleting my previous notes. Because they get confusing at this point. This man, how you doing? Draft capital is hard to balance. Yeah, it is, but the least we could do is when players resoundingly overproduce or underproduce draft capital, adjust for it somewhat. Sure. I mean, James Robinson is an undrafted free agent, but he has not produced like one. So why would you compare him to undrafted free agents? I mean, have an asterisk on it, by all means. Put him below J.K. Dobbins, Swift, who haven't produced like him, but have more draft capital in the same career year. Cool. And great college profiles. But you really have to put him below streamers, top 24 running backs, who that's the only upside they've ever shown, and will never be a top 5 running back, and are also older with, third round draft. Like, we're just too hot. Like, I want to have Swift over CEH, but don't because draft capital. See, I wouldn't let that. I would put CEH above Swift because he's produced better. He checks his numbers on that. Yeah. Throughout the entire season, he's been startable most weeks, running back, whereas Swift has really only come on recently. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Floor's just higher for CEH, and it's not necessarily. It's not because of draft capital at this point. Like, I'm not having James Robinson below Joe Mixon. I mean, fuck his draft capital at this point. You know what I mean? I don't care. Screw you. Screw you and your draft capital, Joe Mixon. Yeah, Elliott's going to be valued this whole season, and I'm not going to care. Just a heads up. I don't know, running backs ranks get hard quick. You know what I mean? Like, how do I know what the team's going to want to do sometimes? Like, will Mullen Mack ever get another opportunity? I'd probably rather bet on someone younger getting their first opportunity. So, oh God, Bills running backs are held. There's so many people pounding the pavement for Singletary and Moore. The ranks are going to be inflated for the rest of time, as far as I can tell. Benny Snell. No comment. Just, hey, look, Benny Snell. I like running backs who actually ball out in the small opportunities they get, you know? Rather than ones we hope can one day get an opportunity. And I don't like running backs who continually underperform when they get an opportunity like Duke Johnson. I am surprised this is controversial. Is Justice Hill just bad? I don't know how Tyler Swift got on my playlist, by the way. That's not a thing I did. I swear. I'm not dancing, you're dancing. Who knows, Ty Johnson or Perrine could be the Gaskin of next year. What? Yeah, I mean, okay. That's fair. Miles Gaskin is in his second season, isn't he? Slightly more of a receiver than both. And Perrine's terrible, so no. But yeah, I like the logic. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. I had the same problem. No, I didn't have a similar problem. I have no problem doing that with rookies so much. But same process. I don't think the Ravens care about it. No, me neither. No. Did I just delete all that work? No, I think we're good. No, we're not good. We're not good. Okay. So Chubb and Dalvin Cook, I'm going to put them in tier 1, sure. No, they're tier 2. Sorry, they're just... well, maybe Cook. Yeah, we'll push Cook, running back 4 into tier 1. James Robinson as running back 13 is probably fair, but I don't feel like that's me. Okay, there we go. Like, I think people will find that dishonest if I'm arguing for James Robinson all off season and then have him ranked there. So I'm adjusting for draft capital probably less than I should, put it that way. For the people to do it for, you know. They get to live vicariously through me. What am I talking about? Okay. Nick Chubb running back 5. Yeah, sure. Gonna go ahead and put him in tier 2 though. Jonathan Taylor in there with him. I've got it ranked McCaffrey, Barkley, Kamara, Cook, Chubb, then Taylor. If anyone's trying to keep up, then Derrick Henry, which is probably very disrespectful to Derrick Henry, to be fair. Then James Robinson, running back 8. I mean, YOLO. We're just doing this. And Claire with Hilaire. And Swift. Sanders, Dobbins, Akers. Seems fair to me. Not so sure about that Sanders being ahead of him, but it's worth starting. I still have Eckler running back 16, apparently. David Montgomery ended up as running back 17 for me right now. I think that's going to put me drastically under consensus. And we out here. Hunt, Gaskin, and Elliott kind of sitting at the top of the tier as well. Like, I'm not going to know what to do with Ezekiel Elliott this offseason. I don't think he's on many of my teams, but I imagine he's going to be a question on a lot of places. I don't know what to do with all running backs still, you know? I've got A.J. Dillon as running back 24. Respect to the guy who was asking questions about him earlier, mostly. I still have Curly above Melvin Gordon seems like a radical rank, right? Pollard's going to have to head this tier. There we go. That's running back 25 for Pollard. He heads this tier of old good guys, as in productive. Need a new tier. Got 9 tiers so far. Is that too many? I don't know. Keyshawn Vaughn feels a little low down here. Upside of running backs and all. Might move him up one. But I'd have to move Hines up to do that. Which I'm fine with. I don't even know who did better between Zach Moss and Singletary this year. So many running backs. You do. All right. We have rough running back ranks. Look at that. Hill. Yeah. I was with you, crossover. I knew what I meant. If Gus Edwards resigns with the waivers, are you worried about J.K. Dobbins' volume of carries? Resigns or remains? I think that team likes to use a committee. If it's not Gus Edwards, it's someone else. I think I still remain confident J.K. Dobbins can do enough to produce or earn or elbow out a role significant enough to be good for fantasy. So, no, I'd be more worried. Gus Edwards is decent. He's really good, actually, with volume and no threat in the receiving game. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Edwards is there and it helps the team, which is good for Dobbins. He's also there to suck up a significant amount of rushing work, which is bad for Dobbins. But if you have someone that's worse, that hurts the team, which might hurt Dobbins. So, no, I think J.K. Dobbins' role is going to grow. I'd rather the team keep the same makeup. It's because I know how this makeup works together better than a mystery one. That's roughly where I am with it. You're going to go sweat this game, need a big time from the Bills DST, or I'm hoping for a lot of return touchdowns for you, man. Yeah, I should really go, but like, why not just stay on stream while I do ranks? I get. Good luck with the game, Spaceman, and everyone else hoping for it. I'm going to just be out here, you know? I got to rank wide receivers and tight ends, and then I'll be out. Tight end ranks are just broken. I miss Delaney Walker, man. He was always a fun rank. I really thought he'd come back for one more year, to be honest with you. Held on to him in a few places. Converted running back, don't you know? Or fullback, really. Someone told me Smith starting tight end this year. I can't remember if that's true. I mean, what's your definition of starting, I guess, but he is not. Oh, wait, that's all he is. Smith is a top 24 tight end. I guess that fits starting definition of a starting tight end in some way. I mean, we really shouldn't rank more than max 12 tight ends. And then just one big long list of, I don't know, grab one of these guys, I guess. If you don't get one of those guys, just pick a name off this list. Choose by team, height, size, doesn't really matter. So 20 young breakout tight ends, yeah. There's going to be like 17 top 5 tight ends in ranks this year, I'm pretty sure. Just draft the ones that have done it before, move on. If they don't happen, you stream. I've yet to see all the fantasy relevant tight ends off the waiver wire by week 5. Even in Dynasty. Rank as many of them as you want. You're not going to get them. You're not going to do it. We don't need this many tight ends. Come on. We don't need Dawson Knox. We don't need ranking. Jimmy Graham and Chris Herndon. Okay. Yeah, they deserve ranking. In that list of grab one of these guys. I mean. Robert Tonyan. Wow. Second to last tight end ranked. That doesn't seem right. Okay. Now we get to rank these tight ends. Me and both of you guys. How old's Kelsey? Yeah, he's still tight end. Okay, we're going Travis Kelsey, tight end 1, George Kittle, tight end 2 for the triggering, mostly. Darren Waller, tight end 4, gets awkward. Ingram, Andrews, Fant, Henry. Let's see what we can justify, shall we? I'm going Andrews. Hawkinson. Tonyan. How about that? Andrews. Hawkinson. Yep, we're moving Tonyan up. I got it, Ingram. Yeah. Probably Henry. Hooper? That's 10. I'm going to move Fant up, actually. Moving commit up, that's for sure. Ebron, come on now. I think we're moving. Yeah. We still continue to hold out for Ian Thomas, I see. All right. That'll do. How high do we draft the tight end one? That's a good question. Fourth round? Yeah, that looks good. Yup. See, I have Kelsey as tight end 1 and George Kittle as tight end 2, but I have them back to back in the same tier, which, I get to say I did that, but it doesn't mean anything. Ranks suck. I'm just going to put Waller in there too. That's a thing we're going to do. Actually, Waller should probably be in the next one. Difference making isn't what I'd describe it as. It's just one big, solid, ugly tier of tight end around 7-8. Just one of those guys, I guess. Yep. Did Ertz die? Question mark. Asking for a friend, obviously. And we need some more tiers that probably aren't going to have quarterbacks in them. Okie dokie. Now we just got to rank wide receivers, right? That's the easiest of tiers. I think I'm here by myself at this point. God, my shoulder hurts just from using my mouse. There's got to be an easier way. All right. So Devontae Adams is wide receiver 1 in Dynasty for me. Wide receiver 2. It's DK Metcalf for a consensus, apparently. I think I'm going Michael Thomas. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking for players I drastically disagree on right now. Oh, there's one. I'm lowering them not to any specific rank. I'm just dragging them down or up, for that matter. I think Antonio Brown keeps playing. Don't know myself. All right. I'm honestly considering putting Juju Smith-Schuster at wide receiver 3. I'm putting Terry McLaurin in the top 5. Pretty certain on that. Adams, Diggs, and Keenan Allen are coming up. Oh, look at that. Okay. I just want to see where the top 12 are, so I know roughly where players are falling. And Hopkins ahead of Terry McLaurin in the top 5 just because I respect Team All Guy, man. Terry Hill, wide receiver 6, Godwin 7, Edwards 8. I'm putting Lamb above AJ Brown, believe it or not. What is going to happen with Amari Cooper? Okay, I'm putting AJ Brown at the top 12, but it's because I need Stephen Diggs in the top 12. Yeah, sue me. And I'm not taking Keenan Allen out of it either. CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson, like their consensus top 12 right now. I don't want to be low on them, so I'm keeping them in there. Otherwise, I might put them below AJ Brown. Evan Ridley seems too low as well, but you can only go against consensus too much. I'm moving Julio Jones up. Sorry. It's not significantly. Oh, okay. He's going up higher than that. Okay. I can't get him higher than wide receiver 17. That sucks. Okay, we're moving Mike Evans up too. Having to adjust for value is just suboptimal. Another reason ranks suck. Yeah. I'm moving Galladay and Robinson down a little bit. Moving Judy below him, though. Boyd, wide receiver 22. Sounds good. I don't like having Adam Thielen as wide receiver 23, but since that's higher than consensus, hard to object. Judy, wide receiver 26. I think I'm moving Deontay above Cup and Judy, if that helps. Moving Odell above Robinson. There we go. Moving Rhaegar up to... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Higgins is coming up. Oh God, some of these players end up looking so low. This is what people mean when they say the depth of the wide receiver position, by the way. And only troll it, but this is what they mean by it. It's just hard to rank them. When you're looking at wide receiver 25 and you're like, that's a top 24 guy to me. That's what they mean by the depth of the wide receiver position. But that's the thing, there's really only 24 of them. So how can we be so high on so many? In Dynasty, it's because of value. Like, I can't not increase Rhaegar's rank because I think he has that potential. If I put him where his value should be, I don't get him. Oh, screw you all. Tyler Lockett in the 30s? No. Not happen. Don't care. I'm not happy with these ranks, like, at all. But let's just do it, and then I can fix it. No, I'm moving Landry up above the fucking wonder that is Las Vegas Rams trio. Come on now. Moving Mims up. I'm gonna have to boost a lot of these guys to fit what I would actually do, but or how I actually feel, perhaps. Yeah, I'll move you down, move you down. Woods fading. Fading, you Mr. Woods. Well, Fuller. Get up here, Mr. Fuller. I actually can't really like Wolf Fuller. Not kinda, I do a lot. At me, I don't care. Sometimes you just have to hate a little bit, you know? That's what's happening right now. So I drag players I don't like significantly below players that they've done work better than. Ugh. Good Lord. No one will ever respect Cole Beasley, ever. I mean, some of this is just child's play. People still holding on to hopes for players that don't have none. They're in there because I have 250 players to rank. Just like playing with bots, you know? Yeah. Okay, come on, guys. Give up the dream at this point. Paris Campbell. Oh. This is why there'll always be points available at wide receiver. People give up on old elite players. They hype up young, underproductive players. This is definition of insanity. For me in Dynasty, the bottom end of wide receiver ranks are just hilarious. I don't get why you've got McCall Harbin anywhere right now. Just put a name on it. Or Paris Campbell. There's no. Sorry, Zach. I mean, Donovan Peoples-Jones, he did have that one good game. Gotta hold out that hope. Kiki could just get out of here, man. Van Jefferson, because, you know, big names promoted them. That's it. That's the reason he's here. Alan Lazard. To be fair, I still don't know what to make of Alan Lazard. I thought I had him nailed down, and turns out I don't. Move him up a little bit. I mean, as a Traquan Smith and James Washington truther, just if you're paying something for them to have them on your roster, you're paying too much. Like, most hope is gone. You hold on because you're a truther. That's why. Colin Johnson. Okay. Miles Boykin. Miles Boykin? Really? Really? Miles Boykin. Wow. Hunter Renfro. Oh yeah, hey dude. There you go, Miles. You can be better than someone. I'm just artificially pushing DJ Chark down to where he doesn't belong, by the way. You gotta have someone to hate on. Yeah, let's put Chanel down here too. This is also just a fun section of ranks where you just get to put them where you want at this point. It doesn't matter. No one looks, no one cares. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. Let's save it. Just out here by myself trying to complete the very laborsome process that is the DLF ranking behind the scenes engine. I'm ranking players in positions and then trying to sort them into some sort of startup strategy. For Superflex rankings, by the way. All right. Tier 1 wide receivers should be relatively few, like 2. So my top 2 are going to be Devontae Adams and Michael Thomas, and they're pretty much the only ones hitting the top tier, which should fully trigger the DK Metcalf crowd, whatever. And I have them below the running backs because that's the way I draft if I have every pick. Entering into tier 2, I pretty much go up to the top 12 wide receivers because that's the way I draft. So everyone down to Stephon Diggs almost. We'll hit the second tier, and I'll start to move them ahead of running backs. Yeah, that's comfortable. So top 6, 7 running backs are still ahead of the top 3 to 12 wide receivers, but then I'll revert that up and you start going wide receiver heavy. Important to make sure the top 12 wide receivers are off the board before you start getting to the top 24 running backs. There are slightly more running backs than 12, maybe, that have that kind of ceiling, which is where it gets tricky. Tight ends start to come into play several rounds after that. Yeah, there we go. There's a switch up. Wide receiver 8 and running back 7. Apparently. Then you switch it back to make sure you get the top 12 running backs in before the top 12 wide receivers fully go off the board. Then back to wide receiver. Kind of paint by numbers at this point in my life. Save it because I'm tired of losing all my work. I know. This is hardly gameplay. What? I don't know what to tell you. I'm out here. This is what it is. This is why we advocate listening to content, not making it. I'm hoping I've got Amari Cooper higher than most. Like, that's one of the things I'm hoping that shakes out after ADP updates. In some way, shape, or form. And no, it just seems we're always underrated. Specifically Amari Cooper. Because it didn't feel quite as good as we thought it should. All right, top 15 wide receivers off the board. We can go back to running back. And switch back to wide receiver. I think I have some of these. I can shift some of these quarterbacks down a tier. Taking too many quarterbacks just because of Superflex. Actually, shift quarterback under that wide receiver too. Fun stuff. I can't wait to get back to making videos instead of just streaming, because this is not quality of my video content, I swear. More dynamic and exciting, but streaming the work behind fantasy content is, I don't know, shooting myself in the foot somewhat. There's another switch up there if you saw it. Just start putting other positions ahead of wide receiver at the end of the top 24 list. Cortland Sutton feels too low, even in my own ranks. That's not good. Like, this is the kind of rank I would be complaining at someone about. Tough. No, I dropped it. Sorry, Boyd, I dropped you. There we go. And back to running backs and tight ends, and T. Higgins is too low as well. I got to fix that. Okay, that's the changeup. All the established, productive, but disappointing wide receivers start going below running backs with a significant top 24 ceiling. Also, where you can find value wide receivers again. Okay, I hate my own ranks at this point. Brandon Ayuk feel all these guys feel too low, which is where everyone starts shouting about why would you draft wide receivers highly, which I can answer. Because there's a reason you lower these guys, even though we like them. It's a simple answer. Too many quarterbacks in this tier. I'm pretty sure my teams are going to be purely made up of these wide receivers I'm currently de-escalating. Just full disclosure, Marcus Brown, Jarvis Landry, Brandon Cooks. Sounds like my lineup for next year. Will Fuller, Michael Gallup, yep. Denzel Mims checks out. I've got to drop some of these quarterbacks down different tiers. Every tier has to come down a little bit. I'm over optimistic about the number of running backs and wide receivers I could fit in each tier. I'm already kind of doing it just as a natural course of ranking. Quarterbacks are falling as I move other players up. There's way too much emphasis on quarterbacks, frankly. Even in my own thing. Oh, there we go. There's a tier shift. God, this is riveting stuff, I know. It's a lot easier when you have people to talk to, but everyone's watching the game right now. Rightly so. I don't know what to tell you. Mondays are the day I have free to do this. If there are people that ask questions, this becomes a somewhat of fun video to watch. Mari Cooper equals very good. I agree, crossover. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's underrated because it never feels like an Odell Beckham 2014 season, you know. But it's more like a Brandon Cooks level of production. Reliable, good, valuable because you can use it to win while you're targeting running backs. But everyone's DK Metcalf or Keenan Allen. There's wide receivers that masquerade as difference making, even though, you know, they're the best wide receivers that I defend all the time. Yeah, these quarterbacks have to shift now. Let's do some of that now. Can't wait to publish these for everyone to flame me for how, you know, bad they are after all this. Not a complaint. Eh. I just re-ranked those guys. This felt more natural. Okay, that felt better. If you could just see the whole screen, or the whole, instead I came out to scrolling up and down and losing track of where you are. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these quarterbacks are never even going to start a game again, but you got to rank them. So I'm just trying to find a place to stuff them down here. And I think they're going to keep falling, too. I mean, they'll start a game because of injury or relief pitching, basically. And some you have more hope for maybe getting some level of starting opportunity at some point in the future. So it makes sense they're a little higher to me. Okay. All right. Time to stuff some more wide receivers in. Oh, we're nearly at the bottom tier. Nice. Travis Fulgham, man. He's fine. Wow. I've got Robert Woods and Cooper Cup way too low, really. I'm old enough to remember Fulgham. Yeah. Me too, buddy. Me too. Jamison Crowder, too. Remember him? Member? I remember. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why Dynasty fantasy football content is done in podcast and pre-recorded video form. Tune in next week to watch the side of my head while I grind a model. Kobe Myers, man. End up disrespecting these guys so hard. It's just a solid tier of wide receivers. I've got nowhere to put. Yup. I'm just working on reshuffling the tiers now. I try to keep it quarterback, occasional tight end, running back, wide receiver, but sometimes the tiers shift on you, you know? Mm-hmm. Yep. There's a point at which wide receivers overtake running backs. Several points, actually. Then it switches back. Remarkably. Then we run out of quarterbacks. So, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay. You're meant to be down here, apparently. I wouldn't dress these quarterbacks over these players. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This exercise is pointless. He's one. I like these wide receivers more than everyone above them too, so I don't know what I was thinking there. I hate this exercise. I'm about to quit. I'm about to just say I'm not doing these anymore. I'm about to go sleep. I don't know about you, but how's the game going? Good Lord. This system's got to be fixed. Mm. 24-9 to the Bills. Okay. Singletary is apparently better than Moss with one extra rushing attempt, but Moss got the touchdown. Okay, thank you. Really cleared that one up. Oh boy, Cam Newton. Oh boy. Got a rushing touchdown though. Okay. We're doing something fun instead for a second. Let's check Twitter. Oh, I got thanked for fantasy analysis, but not weekly analysis. Oh, I see how it is, John. I see how it is. That's fair. All 49ers are injury prone. Facts. I don't know about that, Bob, but thanks. Bob says this is the most informative live stream he'll find today. Actually, that's kind of shady, isn't it? That's a little bit of shade. I like it. Kind of some shade from Bob. If you read it the right way, I like it. What did I do to make Zach laugh? All right. All right. We're going to take one last look over these ranks. Call it a night. I'll come back to them another time. Okay, thanks. Not a lot of ads on YouTube these days. Okay. First here, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, then running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams. Yeah, I'm good with that. Actually, we're moving the wide receivers above the running backs at this point. Moving back to wide receiver awful quick, but you know. Then we move back to running back. Like it. There's a plan emerging. Okay, I'm good through 6, I think, and then it gets a little unfinished, you might call it. Well, part of it is wide receivers have to go back above running backs. Even tight ends at that point. Yeah. Then you go back to running backs real hard. So we're back to wide receivers and useless running backs. Flyer wide receivers. Flyer tight ends. Then just a solitaire wide receivers. I have no idea what to do with. All right, we're calling that done. Make them active again to get some triggering responses. There we go. We're the most recently updated, and we have 250 players. I have Hunter Henry a lot higher or lower than everyone, rather. Okay. People go hard in the paint for tight end. I'm a lot higher on Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor. All right. Screw it. Those are my ranks. Here's the live link. I know I'm the only one in here. I know it. No, I'm talking to myself. It's fine. Anyone liked an in-depth look at the very labor-intensive behind-the-scenes look at a simple process? I don't know. Let me know about it somehow. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to get out of here pretty soon. No, you aren't? Oh, hey, crossover, you're still here. Appreciate it, man. Questions? I don't think so. Oh, I hate ranks. I hate ranks. I hate them so bad. I got to invest time in creating a rankings engine and then somehow figuring out how I can clear my ranks and just type in the names instead of going through all that every time. Can't do it. Too much. Third-year players. Wide receiver. DJ Moore is currently outside the top 24. I really like him to enter into it this next year. There you go. As a fourth-year boom player for you. Actually, speaking of that all-important 3-year window, I really expect a lot from Terry McLaurin at this point. I was low on him, to be clear, coming into the season. We get a passing game in Baltimore. Would that be too much to ask for the sake of Marcus Brown? Yeah, we just need a decent team. I think And the reason I like him a lot now and I didn't before is because it's very hard to be this good and the team this bad. Yeah, you just got to respect it. Where are they? All right, let's just do it. I was going to do passing attempts, but who cares? Expected points per game, Washington per team. They're 12th in the league in expected fantasy points per game, and most of that is Terry McLaurin. Like, it's all coming... Oh, also Antonio Gibson, to be fair. I mean, shit, look at the amount of value they're putting into the running back position there. That's touchdown opportunities, to your point about Terry's touchdowns. Terry's just a good name, actually, now I think about it, for a football player. All right, dude, I'm going to get out of here. Stop boring the pants off you and anyone foolish enough to click on my video at a later time. Really appreciate it. Remember, the link to all my 2020 data, at least, is at the top of the chat if you made it this far. All my other databases are online. The links are all attached in another tab called Other Databases. Most of them run through Patreon back to another Google Sheet. NFL database, prospect database are all there. And yeah, hit me up on Twitter at Pahowdy if you have any questions or anything else. You too, Crossover. Really appreciate you sticking around, man. Just me and you to the end, you know? Ride or die. Appreciate it, dude. And yeah, see you later. Every Monday. I'm going to keep streaming fairly regularly. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to turn it into viable content, but I like being available and I like chatting with anyone, well, mostly Crossover, when you show up. And this off season won't be so many football games, obviously, to distract. So yeah, hopefully we can get some little nerd forum rolling in here. But also I'm getting back to YouTube content in general. I'm going to start making videos on prospects as soon as I get around to that data. Also, I got a few ideas, as I mentioned at the start, about redoing my NFL database. I also want to rehash points per fantasy draft round, and see if there's a consistent trend in who's beating those odds going back 2013. That's honestly my next project. NFL database, and then I'll get to prospects sometime early in the new year, hopefully. So yeah, stay tuned. Thanks very much, and no, man, see you next Monday. Appreciate it.